I hope you had a very, very great holiday, and now we're all back to work.
All right, so we're gonna have a condensed Dave and Dave show today. We have a special announcement. Let me just pull
It's
this.
a holiday show.
It is a holiday show. So today we are making an announcement. Something that my father and I, we've been talking about this a long time.
Yes.
We are making this company a limited edition. That's what I've been thinking. You know when you get a piece of art or something that's signed, right? And it says
like a G Clay 500 editions.
Is that so it is?
Yes.
So we're G Clay. G Clay?
G Clay.
G Clay. G Clay?
No say, no say. Either way.
So from day one, what has our mantra been? Since almost 7 years ago when we opened this place.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. Now, we have 426 agents.
We do.
And almost 3 offices. We have a full Southwest office, a full Summerlin office with extension, and Green Valley, we have a small space right now that will be expanding. So when people say, oh, you got 426 agents, they think it's large, right?
And they say to us, how big are you going to get? Do you want to be blah, blah, blah? Do you want to be blah, blah, blah? And Dave and I always answer,
no.
It wasn't our goal when we opened, and it isn't our goal today.
It isn't. And, I've been wanting to put a cap on how many agents we're going to have here for a while. But my father and I he's made some good points. Like, it's almost like we want to give everyone an opportunity. It's called a chip in a chair, right? And we finally hit this threshold. I was thinking about this word, cap size. In other words, boat capsizes, yes. Right? But really, and that's what happens if someone gets too big, right? It literally capsizes. And we were like, what's the right number? We always thought maybe 200 agents per office was right. That's 600 agents. But we just came down to the fact of all the great restaurants we've been to, all the great real estate companies we've been a part of over the years. A lot of them, they start out on fire, right? And they have this special uniqueness about them and this it feeling. And when they get too big, they literally hit a tipping point, right? A capsize. Mm-hmm. And we were like, this cannot happen. We do not want this to happen here. So we said, you know what? Let's put a line in the sand and let's make a declaration, right?
Exactly.
So here's what this means. We have 426 agents today. At 500, we stop hiring. Now, obviously, there's going to be people who come and go, so there'll be positions opening up. But we wanted to make sure that, and this is also even more so, not about the people who are going to be coming, it's about the people we have. Wouldn't you agree?
It's truly, really what it's about, so you guys don't get hung up on the number. It's truly about our mantra of quality over quantity. If you go to build that bigger office, you will hire anyone that walks through the door. Now, not saying we do hire people, and then when we find out...
We're going to jump into that in a second.
We've let many top producers go.
But what I was trying to serve you up was our people, right? The people who said yes to us already. Mm-hmm. The 426, the ones who have been, we still have, this is I believe one of our greatest achievements, is that the first person who joined us is still with us today, right? Eileen Pettingill, shout out to you, through all the evolutions of who we are. So this is kind of, I consider it a reinvestment into the people we have. Because what happens is when one of the pitfalls of growth is you're so focused on the next agent, and this happens in real estate too, and all business, so you're so focused on the next deal that you forget, you don't take care of the people. We've never done that. We've always focused on our people. This is like a tripling down on who we already have. Because even though we're capping the growth of our agent count, what we're not capping, what we want to see grow exponentially, is each individual agent. Their production, right. Their quality of life, their take-home pay, right? So that's kind of something we want to talk about, right? Like,
Well, I think what we should mention is almost 50% of the company.
so let's bring out those numbers.
I mean, what fantastic agents we have and what big numbers.
So with a week to go, this number alone isn't impressive. We've had over almost 5% of our company make over $200,000. Is that not insane? Think about that for a second. We had 88 already. We may have more with the checks that come in. 88 of our agents make over $100,000. So over 20% of our company has made six figures. Let's get some context. The average realtor makes $36,000.
I think they even lowered that.
By the time, right? If you knock it down to 75,000, is 102 agents have made over 75. We may even go up higher after this week.
These aren't year end.
And then it just keeps going up, like 150 something agents over 50,000. So well over half of our company, if not more, is just flying right by that middle price, right? So one of our goals for our company and for our agents is to get everyone at six figures. Wouldn't you say at least an average of six figures?
I think everyone at six figures, but I think more than that is the transaction goal.
Yes. So our ultimate goal is this. Now, he's probably going to kill me saying this. 500 is our threshold now, no more than 500. But if at this time next year, in 2019, end of 2019, if we're at like 480 and we're like, you know what, 480 is too high, we can go down even lower.
Always could go down.
We're not going higher. We just want to create not good old boys or like you need to be the best, but a special group of amazing people. So, where was I? I lost my train of thought.
You were saying how young, handsome I
Yes.
was today.
So, that's where I was. Our ultimate goal is this. One deal per agent per month. So what that would look like right now is 426 agents doing 426 deals every single month. So we would actually be investing in our agents even more, them investing in themselves even more, and the amount of transactions and take-home commission for them goes up, right? Because we want to work with the people that we enjoy being around, and we want to see them grow, no?
I think another point is I don't think there's many companies out there that are putting their money where their mouth is. And
That's what I meant to say.
we are paying for your costs for Brian Buffini. You are paying for it. We are giving you the
You want to explain that?
reimbursement. Go ahead, you go with it. But I don't know another company doing
So I don't know another company doing two things. I've never seen a company cap the amount of agents. Have
No.
you ever seen that?
Nope.
It's one of the worst things about this industry is everyone focuses on agent count,
Yeah.
right? Even
I always
associations.
call it body count.
It's memberships of associations. They're all measuring the wrong thing. How many deals per agent are they really doing? So for us to go out there and literally say we're saying no to money, right? We're walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
And then we're spending money.
We're spending money. So let's talk about that in a second. But being president, both of us, right? Now you're going to be the RVP, which is the regional vice president for like what, 6 states?
NAR Region 11.
Region 11. The one thing I've been able to see from the danger report all the way on down is our biggest issue or problem in real estate is too many agents, too many unskilled, unprofessional agents. I'm gonna tell you just a quick aside story. I bought Angie, today's Angie's birthday to tell her happy birthday. Bought her a computer at Best Buy. Actually walked into Best Buy and didn't order it online, right? Talking about the whole thing.
Wow.
And I bought her like one of those cool, it's called the yoga, you can flip it over, you can write on it, whatever. So the Best Buy guy is like, well, what do you do? I'm like, oh, we own a real estate company. He's like, oh, I'm thinking about getting into real estate, right? Of course.
It's good. Sales.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he sells me on, for $99, malware protection and all that. And it comes because I wanted to get her a stylus where she can write on it. Well, Angie's putting it together yesterday. I gave it to her on Christmas, right? And the stylus doesn't work. So she looks it up. The stylus that he sold me doesn't work for her laptop. But I'm like, this guy wants to get into real estate and can't even sell me the right stylist at Best Buy.
Attention to detail.
The problem is, imagine if he was selling a $300,000 house after he took a 90-hour course and spent $99, right? So that's our issue, and we know that this is an issue. Everyone in this industry can agree on the issue, but who's willing to actually do something about it?
We are.
It's the truth. I know you don't make fun, but it's seriously.
I'm saying it.
When you want to solve a problem, everyone looks externally. I think that's the big problem. You have to start with yourself. Like, Tony Robbins, a lot of my mentors say this. You change yourself, you change your family. You change your family, you change your community. And you start first. And the fact that we're doing this first, I think, is a big thing. Now, I just wanted to mention that. What about Buffini?
So it's 8-week training now.
It was a 12-week. Now it's an 8.
8.
It was called Peak Producers.
Right.
Now it's called Pathway to Mastery.
And what happens is the agent pays for it. As soon as they complete it, we credit them back on their first transaction. So in reality, the agent cost for that
Zero.
class is 0.
I mean, how much money do you think we've paid back already?
I'd say over 10,000.
Easily, right?
That's an investment into our agents, though.
Yeah, so this is the way we structure it. So we have programs throughout our company, right? You can be slotted in multiple different spots. You could be a brand new agent with us. You just have to show that you're willing to do the work at every level. That's our mentee program.
We have a training program.
Then we have like a 12-week program on that, which we do in this forum and in person. The second program is what we call the Ready to Fly. It's in between a new agent, maybe getting back into business. You haven't quite hit that 100K threshold yet. That's where we have a lot of systems and things. One of the things that we tell you to do is take the Buffini training. It's one of the things that we provide out of our own pocket. You have to pay for it up front because you must have skin in the game. If you don't complete it,
you don't get the credit.
You'll get the money back, right? Because you have to take.
That's called accountability.
It's like a curse word nowadays, right? If you do complete it, our transaction fee is $495. It usually costs, depending upon the special, $395 to $495. The next transaction you complete, we eat the transaction fee.
We pay it.
It comes right out of our pocket. So again, putting our money where our mouth is.
To create a better, more successful agent, along with all the other things we're doing for them, with the training and the courses.
Well, you know what I love about this? Even from a strategic growth standpoint, the size of our offices, how much staff and brokers we need. We're able to go and say, all right, we know how many people we can prepare for, what services we need. It helps us take a look at new added values that we could bring in. Because one of the nice things about being an independent is we're not stuck with just what the franchise gives us, right? We can move fast like a speedboat in any direction. So if we see a program we want to provide for the agents, we could be like, okay, we know how many agents are going to use it. It's kind of like what we do with Cloud CMA. We provide everybody Cloud CMA for free. So we're able to do that because of our structure. I believe this is...
Like SkySlope for 7 years, and now everyone else, we have a choice, and we take the choices and go.
Exactly. And there's so much power in being able to move quickly. All right, I want to talk about this too. So we're raising the bar, right? Even higher than we've already raised it. We're not letting the bar dictate us. We're getting in front of it. That's the standard. That's our Nest standard, right? But then some agents, here's what we don't want. We don't want you to get intimidated, okay? So we're not looking for just agents who are doing 20 to 50 transactions a year. Above all else, our most important thing would say what is doing the right thing?
Doing the right thing.
So without putting a person on blast, just last week, we fired someone who was on track for 40, 50 deals. This person and us, our ethics, our personalities,
our way of doing business
just did not align. Now, we said no to some nice money, right? But it messes, I hate using the word culture or ecosystem too much because it's overplayed, but it just didn't work with what we stood for, right? So we said, listen, you could go do what you want to do, but you're not going to do it here. So who are we looking for? What kind of agents are we looking for?
I want to say...
How would you describe an urban nest agent?
First thing I want to say is honest with integrity. That's the most important. But I think the second thing I want to say is a work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, that really wants to succeed. Now, if you tell me that you're working another job because you're working at the business, I'm a man that respects that.
Remember my part-time agent, full-time realtor.
Right.
So that's one of the sayings. You could be a part-time agent and have another job, but you better treat being a real estate agent like a full-time job. So essentially, you're going to be working 2 full-time jobs,
Right.
like you did,
Like I did.
when you were a fireman.
Yep.
No one said, "Oh, because he's a fireman, he's a terrible agent."
No, because I took care of my business.
And you hustle.
So I respect that, but what I do respect is an ambition to do the right thing, an embracement of all our classes, whether in-house or online, because then when a problem or an issue comes up, rather than you saying I didn't know that answer, ooh, I wasn't there, and me saying, are you alive?
Exactly.
I get to
under a
say,
hole.
right, I get to say, wow, I'm sure that you took, we have some massively talented brokers here, and we teach some great classes, which are online or coming in. And the thing I expect from our agents is to participate to the highest level.
Yeah, I mean, how could you say you're a great, committed, professional agent when you're not consistently and constantly and continually just watching and getting yourself better? I mean, people, it blows their mind how many seminars and books and things that me and you do. I mean, if anyone knows everything about real estate, it'd be you. But the minute you say, I know everything there is to know, you've lost.
A mistake, you bet.
You've lost the game, right?
And the next thing is, let's just take one issue to clarify on that. The forms are constantly changing. So we hear laugh like crazy when the other broker asks for or the other agent asks for the duties owed, because that's so many years old. But at the same time, tremendous amount of forms came out in your presidency.
Yep.
And it's up to the agent if they're really into it, and I don't say full-time work-wise, but to know and embrace what those forms are. So when that situation comes, you aren't going to ooh, ah, and not knowing. So that's the agent we want. We want the agent committed and involved.
So you say you're usually the one that's one word, and I'm usually the loquacious one. So we're just flip scripts here because you're explaining it. Basically, do the right thing all the time. You got to put the client, your friend, in front of the commission. That is your fiduciary duty, number one. You have to do the work, like he said. Absolutely, you got to be willing to invest your time into your profession. I mean, how are other people going to take you seriously unless you take yourself seriously as a realtor? Aspirational. You want to grow as an individual, right? You want to be some part of something bigger. We don't have to kumbaya and say we're family, but you want to be proud of the place that you're at. You want to be proud to say, these are my brokers, these are the owners, they do the right thing, this is what I want to emulate.
And so many brokers say to us, wow, our agents love working with your agents.
And I love working with our agents because they do the right thing too.
They're
right?
truly professional.
They are. And, I was talking to Angie about this, and I said they're leaders. And she said, Dave, you may not want to say leaders because not everyone views himself as a leader. So I'm going to rephrase this. You don't necessarily have to be a leader to be a leader. You don't have to be doing what we're doing. You don't have to be, in front of a camera, on a stage. Going out there and doing the right thing and doing the work inside of your business, inside of your life, where maybe you think nobody's paying attention. Your kids are, your clients are, your friends are, your family are. That is an example of being a leader. It's not necessarily what people think of all the time, but guess what? That is, you're being a leader within your own self. And we're looking for those people who are like, you know what, I'm going to invest in my community. I'm going to do the right thing. I know that this is more than just, we talked about it at our holiday party. At the end of the day, this isn't, it's more than just transactions and commissions. It's people. That's what you remember the most, right? You remember the people.
I agree.
So it doesn't matter if you do 50 deals, 20 deals, or 5. If you're doing 5, guess what? We have the tools if you're ready to do the work.
If you're ready to do 12.
Yeah, like between the Buffini training and our brokers and our tools, you name it. Just immersing yourself in our environment and our back office where you're conversing with all the other agents, that is going to get you far. But we're not the magic pill, though. You can't just show up and expect to make $100,000. Correct?
With the training and the classes and following up, you can.
We're going to open the door.
We're going to open the door, walk through it.
We're going to walk through it.
Did it stop again?
No, you're still going.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still good.
Sorry.
Okay.
And that's, so let's talk about this. So we have 4 brokers, right? Well, eventually,
I'm the youngest.
you are the youngest. We have a director of operations. We have, between the 5 of us, we are at that 1 broker per 100 agents that we talk about all the time.
We have fantastic Bernadette who's
Yay.
Our people aren't just front desk administrators. They are integral parts of our system, right? You have people at every layer to help you out. And then if, depending upon where you're at in your career, there's where you're at and where you want to be. And we want to help create that bridge to get from where you're at to where you want to be. That is.
And that being said, to round it all up, that's why we're going with the 500, because that's a number where we could accomplish the goals that we're looking to do by keeping quality over quantity.
And we want you to make you feel like, you know what, it is an honor. We're not looking at the next agent. It is an honor for us to have you. It's an honor for them to be here.
Mm-hmm.
There's an exclusivity. You're one out of a certain amount, and we're able to actually raise the bar and pick who we want. You guys can pick who you want, and we believe it's a win all around. So we have 74 spots, right? It'll go up, it'll go down.
It'll go up, it'll go down. You have an interview with 2 in a few minutes. So
I do. Now, just to put it out there, we're talking to an amazing agent,
yeah,
who's looking to come over to the Southwest office. I'm running over there, and listen, let's start the year off. I'm excited about this.
I was just going to say, 2019, the predictions through everybody is it's going to be a great year. Even though we have some hurdles and interest rates, and I think there's going to be a California exodus, which is going to benefit us tremendously. And I think the other cities are going to come our way, even from the East Coast, because of the new tax laws. And just shop in another city and you'll go, wow, 3 million people we just hit, major city. What a bargain Vegas is.
So here are not the predictions of us. Here's what the experts are saying. 8% increase, so single digits. Up to. Awesome. A rise in inventory, which, gotta love realtors, everyone's been begging for, but now we're gonna see it, right? So you have more choice. Prices, right? We said still going up.
Yep.
Here's what else is going to go up. The requirement for you to be a skilled professional as a real estate agent is going to rise.
Yep.
And we couldn't be more excited. We believe it's going to be a great time to be a realtor. And that's all we got for today, right?
You got it.
We're super excited.
Happy New Year.
If you have any interest in being one of those 74, make sure to reach out to one of the following. 853-2444 for Summerlin, 853-2440 for Southwest, and for now, Green Valley, 853-2442. Those are your 3 phone numbers. Jennifer Hill in Green Valley, Georgia Papora in the Southwest, and my father and I, Dave Tina, in Summerlin. Let's get the year started off right. You have a great, happy, healthy new year.
And don't drink and drive.
Take care.